Hi everyone, I'm Ben from SalesSPACE and this is another weekly tech tip. Today we're discussing how to build a simple monthly revenue report. So firstly I log into Zoho CRM and I go to the reports module. Then in the top right hand corner we click on the create report button. Okay, now we need to select our module. So our module for this is potentials, which may be called deals in your system as well. But it's important to understand that when it asks you the module, it's asking us where the data is, the important data, where's it coming from, okay, of each of these modules up here, okay. So potentials is what we need. And then on our report, as I'm envisaging it, I also want to see the contact as well, okay. I need to see the closed deals for this month as well as the contact. So I'll add contact here as well as a related module, and that just means I can get information about the contact as well as about the deals. Okay, then we select the type of report. So a tabular report is just a basic simple table. Okay, a summary report is the table, but it allows us to have groupings and subtotals. Then the matrix is a grid layout, and that just allows us to summarize all of our data. Okay, so let's hit continue. Okay, now we choose our columns. So the columns refer to the actual fields that we want to show up on our report. Okay, so by default it will add these ones in here. So I'm just going to remove some of these and add our own ones. Okay, so we'll keep the name of the potential, the closing date, the pipeline. We also want the amount from the potential. So these fields here are fields underneath the potential. Okay. And then if we scroll down, we can see our contact fields here, okay, under contact. So let's choose full name. Okay. Okay, so I've got our columns here, that looks good. Then we'll click continue. Now we choose our filters. So this is where we decide the criteria for what is going to show up in our report. So there's two things we want here. We want deals which have the stage as being 1. Okay. And then we also want to make sure that they were closed this month. So we go to closing date, we choose that field, and we say is current month. Okay. Then we'll click run. Okay, and we'll check it, see if our data looks right. So the way this works is we hit run, we check if our report is right, and then we can edit it, and we keep going back and editing it until we've got it looking the way we want, and then we can save it. Okay, so this looks quite good. We've got our contacts here, the name of our potentials, closing date, the pipeline, and our amounts. So that looks good. That's the records I'd expect. Okay, they close this month. Now it might be nice to have the total as well. Okay, so we can do that. We'll just go back to edit. Okay, then we go down to report representation here, click on columns to total, and then we'll choose potential amount, and we want the sum. Okay, let's run that and just double check that looks right. So there we go, we've got our total, and that all looks correct. So from here I'll save my report. Okay, so I can group it into one of the folders here. So I'll leave it under potentials because it is a potential report. Say monthly revenue. Okay, click save. Okay, so now that's saved, I can come back into reports anytime and run that. I can also send this as an email. I can also export it, okay, to Excel, CSV, or as a PDF. If I go back to the reports tab, you'll see here it's listed as my top report that I've just run. I can also click the star to make that a favorite if this is one that I'll be using regularly. And then if I click on these three dots, I can go in there, I can run it, I can edit it, I can also duplicate it. Okay, so if I want to create another revenue report, maybe for previous month's revenue, I could just duplicate this one and then just change my filter to previous month. Okay, so that's just a quicker way of creating reports. So I hope that's been useful for you, and I'll speak to you next time.